as Christian women, we've been told the story of Martha and Mary. We've been told to be a Mary, not a Martha. And we all focus on Luke 10, which is where Jesus says that, because Martha is busy. She's distracted. She's serving. She's all the things. And he says to her, your sister Mary has chosen what's better, because Mary chose to sit at Jesus' feet. But what we miss is John 11 and John 12, where Mary continues to choose to sit at Jesus' feet. And I just think it makes the story so much deeper and more beautiful, because it shows a steady devotion over time. It shows a heart that loves the Lord, who values listening, service, sitting, rest, presence, even in hard situations. In Luke 10, where Jesus corrects Martha, Mary is there. Mary hears the same words Martha hears, which is that Mary has chosen their better portion because she sat at his feet, she's listened to him, she has rested, she has not been anxious, she has not been distracted, and she continues to choose that life, because in John 11, her brother Lazarus dies. And we see Martha come to Jesus and says, if you were here, you could have stopped this. And then Mary comes and she says, if you were here, you could have stopped this. And it says in John 11:32, when Mary reached the place where Jesus was and saw him, she fell at his feet. So in Luke 10, she's sitting at his feet to hear, to listen, to have her heart full of his teaching. And here she's falling at his feet again, except this time it's grieving, sadness. And he meets her there, because it says in verse 33, when Jesus saw her weeping, he was deeply moved in spirit and troubled. And the verse that we all quote, Jesus wept. He didn't weep because Lazarus had died. He knew that he was going to raise him from the dead, but he wept because he saw Mary's emotion, her devotion, her worship, her grieving, and the fact that she laid it all out at Jesus' feet. So she's been there before, she's here again, and she's going to do it one more time. Just one chapter later, in John chapter 12, 6 days before the Passover, Jesus is in Bethany, and he is on the way to dying. Every single step he makes is purposeful. It's beautiful, but it is knowing that the end is coming, that he is going to die this horrific death on a cross. It says Martha served, so she's serving again. There is no mention of anxiety or distraction, so maybe she's doing what she's supposed to do. The brother Lazarus, who was just dead, is now alive and reclining at a table. And what is Mary doing? Do you notice? She takes this expensive perfume, pours it on Jesus' feet, and wipes his feet with her hair. This is the third time it recorded in scripture that we see that she has been at Jesus' feet. She's there to listen. She's there to grieve. And now she's here to worship, serve, sacrifice. And it's so cool because we have one of the disciples, Judas, who says, why wasn't this perfume sold and the money given to the poor? Because it's really expensive. And he doesn't really care about the poor, but he cares about the money. And Jesus says, leave her alone. And in Mark's version, which makes this so beautiful, in chapter 14, Jesus says, why are you bothering her? She has done a beautiful thing to me. The poor you will always have, but you will not always have me. Truly, I tell you, wherever the gospel is preached throughout the world, what she has done will also be told in memory of her, in memorial of her love, her sacrifice, and devotion. This story would be told. Jesus once said she chose the better portion, and she continued to do that throughout scripture, throughout her life, continued to choose Jesus. And I think it's a beautiful picture for us, especially as women who can be so caught up with being distracted and serving and doing and literally giving everything we have to everyone else, that Jesus is saying, come to me to rest, to learn, to grieve, fall at my feet in sacrifice and worship. She never outgrew the feet of Jesus, and we never do either. We need to fall at his feet in good times, times we rejoice and are so joyful and thankful, and also just really hard times where we don't know what else to do. We fall at his feet in worship, in prayer, in service, in adoration. Why? Because he deserves it. She never stopped choosing Jesus, not when life got busy, distracting, not when the room got critical and people were saying she was doing the wrong things, choosing the wrong things, wasting all the things on him. She kept going back to his feet. And so the story of Martha and Mary is not be less like Martha. The point of the story is to keep choosing Jesus, keep showing up, keep loving him with your whole heart, your whole mind, your body, your soul, everything that you have. Fall at his feet, surrender, worship, adore him. And this kind of devotion and this kind of love, it doesn't perform. It just overflows from a heart that loves the Lord. And I pray that we, you and I, would be women, believers, followers who just love the Lord so deeply. Friends, keep going back to his feet. When it's hard, when it's joyful, when it's good, when it struggles, when you don't know what else to do, when you're filled with anxiety, depression, hard circumstances, everything around you is falling apart. You just feel like things get piled on top and over and over and over, and just getting beat down by life, and you're stuck in sin struggles and you just don't know what to do. Fall at his feet. Keep running to the feet of Jesus. Love you guys. I will see you tomorrow for day number 15.